Hi, welcome along to Arsenal Fan TV, and this is the aftermath. Yes, we're back for a new season here with the aftermath, and it's almost like nothing's changed. What a terrible result yesterday. I can't begin to tell you how much of an anticlimax that was. We were all going to the game, we were buzzing, we were like 2-0, that's what I predicted, 3-0, 4-0, 5-0, 5-1. We were like all confident. Pre-season, we've been blowing everybody away. We beat Everton 3-0, we beat Lyon 6-0, we beat Chelsea, and then gets down to the game now, and I couldn't even begin to... I don't even know where to start. I mean, let's start first of all with the selection. I mean, you know, I have to say, coming out of the game yesterday, the first thing I thought to myself is the people to blame are the players. And don't get me wrong, I thought the players were atrocious yesterday. So many bad performances. Olivier Giroud, terrible in front of goal. Petr Cech, what was he doing for both goals? I blame him for both. The defenders didn't back him up. Koscielny, Mertesacker, poor. Ramsey giving the ball away constantly. Cazorla giving the ball away, passing the ball behind players. Ozil, non-existent. Francis Coquelin just seemed to be running all over the pitch without really doing much. It was a terrible, terrible performance by the players, but I also have to single out Arsene Wenger, the manager. The tactics, what were the tactics yesterday? I remember saying to Tao, a cameraman, we were sitting together watching the game, I said, who's playing on the left-hand side? Who's playing? I had to keep looking at the programme, and have we got a left-sided attacker? I mean, we were just all over the place. It was all narrow, which meant that West Ham, just set up in a little diamond shape, was easy to defend against us. They just kept it narrow, and as soon as our players got the ball, they were on us. They gave us no space. You had a 16-year-old kid marking our players out of the game. Why didn't we get the ball wide? Earlier on in the first half, when we was getting the ball wide to Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, he was terrorising them. No width on the left-hand side. This is one of the reasons why I fall out with people all the time. I tell them I love when Welbeck's in the team, because Welbeck creates width over on that left-hand side, and we had no width. Not until Alexis came on. Alexis came on, created a little width, even though he wasn't up to full speed, and a couple of chances came that way. But where was the shape of the team? And I just feel that Arsene Wenger at the moment, he's just like, he's trying to accommodate our midfielders. You know, it's almost like, oh, I've got to play Ramsey, got to play Ozil, got to play Cazorla, so I've got to fit him in somewhere. You either drop one of them out, or you stick with what we've been going with recently, which in the previous game against Chelsea, we had Ramsey out there on the right-hand side, Walcott down the middle. You know, I mean, why did we change it all up? I didn't understand it. I really, really didn't understand it. We've had a formation that's been winning games. Why did we change it all up? And a decision needs to be made. We can't just keep trying to accommodate. I know they're all three excellent players, but in certain games, you might have to leave one out. And I just felt that Arsene Wenger had a lot to do with our loss yesterday, because it's almost like he looked at West Ham and thought, West Ham, fling them all in. I mean, let's chuck them all in, right? They won't be able to cope with it. And West Ham were very well organised. I said it actually, I was getting an interview before on West Ham Fan TV, and I said to their presenter, I said, listen, one thing I do know and do acknowledge is that Slaven Bilic, he brought a Besiktas team to the Emirates last year, which was very well organised. They had Demba Ba up front, and it gave us a lot of problems. And he just repeated it again yesterday, and we were absolutely clueless yesterday. And it was a very, very bad performance. I know it was the 2 goalkeeping errors that cost us, but although we had lots of possession and we had lots of shots, but how many of those shots were on target? did we really trouble their keeper? I mean, everything was straight at him. He wasn't tipping things over the bar and turning it round the corner. It wasn't like even like when we played Swansea last year on them teams where it was the Alamo and they just got a breakaway. They deserved to beat us, could have won by more. So I think it was a very, very poor performance. And after the game, a lot of fans were frustrated. You know, because I think it was because so many people was coming on a high, really expectant that, you know, this season could be the season for Arsenal, and they were really, really let down by the performance of the team. And they're going to have to bounce back next week. No need to overreact. I know that we're still upset because it's the first game and we were so buzzing for it. But we mustn't overreact. It is only the first game. As somebody said to me, we're only a point below Chelsea at the moment. So let's not get carried away, but it's not good. Top teams should not be getting done like that at home, especially on the first game of the season. Although I am reminded that Manchester United lost their first game of the season at home last year as well. And if you actually look at all the clubs, all the big clubs over the weekend, we're yet to see City tonight, but all the clubs over the weekend, the big clubs, Manchester United, Chelsea, you know, they didn't perform very well. United got a win, but on another day, again, they would have slipped up if Tottenham would have been a bit sharper because they didn't play that great. United. Chelsea were very poor. So, listen, I suppose it is finding your feet, but we need to find our feet quickly because the difference is we played poorly and we lost. And those other teams, Liverpool included, didn't play that great, but they won. And that was the difference. Let's get into your tweets, see what you guys had to say. I think I can predict the sort of general tone of these tweets. Ab says, absolutely shocking performance. Typical Wenger to be tactically naive and play all of our central midfielders together. Kind of what I'm saying. Tony Fox says, everybody relax. There's 37 games left. United lost on the opening day in 2012-13. This could be a blessing in disguise. Actually, could be a blessing in disguise in that Arsene Wenger has to say to himself, listen, I need to sign a striker. Giroud was very poor yesterday. We can't go through the season, I don't think, relying on Olivier Giroud. We cannot. We need to get in another striker. We're not saying get rid of Giroud. Get somebody else in that's going to really, you know, challenge Giroud. Right, a poor performance, Curtis 7 Spencer says, but we were fairly unlucky at times. Some fans need to stop thinking every defeat is in turning it into a crisis. I'm not sure where he gets fairly unlucky. I'm sorry. I don't think we were unlucky at all. I think we were lucky that it weren't more. George says, no balance. Need to stop accommodating central players out wide. We had no width in the game and we didn't have a plan B. True. Alex Bat says, typical season opener from Arsenal. Fans expected easy win. Yet we ended up with nothing. New season, same errors, predictable. Even last year when we beat Crystal Palace. Very lucky on the opening day of the season. Very unconvincing. The season before, Villa, you all remember that one. This one was almost like, well, it was worse than Villa because I thought out of those three that I've just said, we were outplayed in this one. Asher Newman says, arrogance cost us. The team showed up thinking the game had already been won, just like Monaco. Great point. It was very similar to Monaco. As I said, just throw in players. Yeah, we'll beat them. We're better than them. No, let's get our tactics right. Faz says, we were terrible. The whole team was. No point in singling out players out of a game after... No point in singling out players after a game like that. He twists it up. Actually, not my fault in all the mispronunciations there. Marisia Frank says, we lost against West Ham and we're at the bottom of the table. It can literally only get better. Come on, you Gunners. You've got a good point there. And last one here, Ahmed Mahmood says, poor, absolutely poor. I wish people stop making Giroud the scapegoat out of a bad bunch. because they were all poor yesterday, and that's very true. A lot of people were making Olivier Giroud the scapegoat. He's the easy target for everyone to get on his case. But Arsene Wenger, please go out there and try and get in another striker. I think if we can get this Benzema deal over the line, it would be absolutely awesome. It will give the place a lift, very similar to like what Ozil signing did a couple of years ago. We've got a very, very, very good team. No doubt about it, the squad is strong. And I'm going to put yesterday's game down to, well, I'm going to put it down to arrogance and poor tactics. But I'm also going to put it down to, you know, we weren't up to speed yet. And I'm hoping that we'll get up to speed at Palace. But it shows us yesterday that in the Premier League, you've got to be switched on in every single game. If you're not, you get done. Players yesterday, give Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. I love him as a player, but he's got to get his game tighter. He gives the ball away in dangerous areas, and it costs us. Against Monaco yesterday, come on, Alex, you're better than that. You are a top player, and all the other players, you've got to be switched on for 90 minutes. The margin for error in the Premier League is tiny. You can get away with it in playing in League One and those things, couple of mistakes, but your quality will still bring you the win in the end. But in this league, with so many quality players, ain't gonna happen. Just to remind you, we've got a whole load of new products in our shop. So make sure you check out our shop and also check out our brand new website. As well as videos now, we also have a lot of stories on there, written stories on there. Gunner Vision writing a load of stories. They're doing a great job. So make sure you check that out. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook. You can follow us on Snapchat. We're on all formats. Periscope. We're doing regular Periscopes. Love to all the people who have been following us on Periscopes. It's Arsenal Fan TV. The first game of the season. What a damn squid. Hopefully, we'll have better news next week after Palace.
Last year's history. What are you in? Last year's history. No. How far you want to go back? How far you want to go back? No, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. We are current. No, you won't. No, I will. No, you won't. I want to come to you. We are. No. 2 minutes. Wait. No. Wait there 2 minutes. Arsenal. Wait there 2 minutes. Arsenal.